Hi, I'm Vicki Roberts with Bloomberg Law. I'm here at the Littler Executive Employer Conference in Phoenix, and I am joined by a panel today, and we're going to talk about the evolving role of legal operations in corporations. Next to me is Charlotte Main. She is a shareholder with Littler. Next to Charlotte is Mateo Sanchez. He's the Director of Global Legal Operations for Uber. And finally, at the end, we have Lori Brown, the CEO of Compliance HR. So welcome everybody and thank you.
Thank you.
We'll start with you, Charlotte. From the perspective of outside counsel, so the person that a legal operations director is looking to hire, tell us a little bit about the evolution of this role in corporations.
Thanks, Vicki. I think that what we've seen over the last decade or more are significant changes in the legal industry, from discussions about alternative staffing and discussions about how outside counsel can partner and collaborate more strongly with in-house counsel. Legal operations has really been a rising part of that discussion. It's really a question of the pressures on our clients, pressures on corporations to do more with less, to achieve greater goals and run the legal department more like a business. And if that's your goal, to do more with less and to run the legal department more like a business in collaboration with outside counsel, legal operations is really a key component to making that happen. Legal operations professionals really focus on people, process, and technology, and how can the legal department deliver legal services to their clients in a more effective and efficient way. And as legal operations has gained a foot in the legal industry, shown what they can do and the results that focus can bring, we've really seen an expansion of legal operations in general.
Okay. Well, Mateo, how about a view from the trenches? As someone who's coming from Uber, where you have a fairly developed legal operations department, there's other companies out there that are just thinking about this and just kind of getting this off the ground. So what is your advice to those companies where they're working it out and working out what they should be focusing on? What would you tell them?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a legal ops professional, if you're, let's say, hired at a company to build the legal ops role and function, the number one thing you need to make sure you have is the trust and support of the leadership team. If you don't have that, it's going to be very difficult for you to do your job and difficult for you to implement technology, make process changes. So I think that's a number one place to start. And you would think that if you've been hired to lead this role and this function, that you would already have that. But as CLOs and GCs are often really busy, they know or they've heard the buzzword legal ops, so they know that they need it. They just don't know what it means. So it's really important for you to kind of evangelize the team and the need for the team. I think the other thing is to just make sure that you have tough skin. You're going to hear no a lot, and that those no's may not be coming from your leadership. It may be coming from the team. And you really, again, have to spend time evangelizing the need for a new e-billing system or a new contract lifecycle management system. It's really important that you have that tough skin because, again, you're going to hear no a lot, but you're going to hear yes and have a lot of success as well. So.
Okay.
One of the things that you shared with me when we were getting ready for the conference is that you see legal operations is only as good as your last implementation, I think is the words you described.
Yes.
And really showing the value of each of the projects that you tackle and put into place really makes a difference in the success of that next project.
Yep, for sure. Yeah.
And Lori, let's turn to you. So from your perspective as the head of Compliance HR, what are some strategies that corporate legal ops departments can use to make sure they're delivering value and maximizing their efficiency?
Sure. Well, like Charlotte said, one of the challenges I think facing really all companies today is that they are challenged to do more with less. The regulatory environment and the compliance challenges have really never been greater, but budgets are shrinking and expectations for centers of excellence are rising. So really the idea is what task can we take a step back and look at right now where our teams spend a lot of time, perhaps high stakes issues, and the example that we've talked about is the overtime issue, which is increasingly complex. So let's take a look task by task at how our teams spend time on those. the potential exposure from a risk standpoint, and really how the team is executing on achieving compliance internally step by step. And so compliance HR, for example, where we have really enjoyed partnering with our clients, is to take a task like overtime or like independent contractor classification and piece it apart and see if our tools can help power those processes and take, for example, a task that might take a team member 10 hours to accomplish and reduce that down dramatically, maybe as under an hour, help our clients achieve that efficiency ROI while hopefully figuring out what the cost avoidance is of bigger areas of exposure. But I think to get down to the basics, task by task analysis of how you can research and incorporate and integrate tools that take that manual process down to a more powered, efficient, consistent process using the technologies that are available.
Okay, thank you. And just for transparency's sake, Compliance HR is one of several products out there. Bloomberg Law has products that help with this too, along with several others. So thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Good discussion, and thank you all too.
Appreciate it.